every quarter of the year, every 3 months, we have a voiceover contest. We've often wondered, should we call it a voice recording contest, a voice reading contest, a script reading contest, because it's about reading, it's about scripting, it's about recording anyway. We call it whatever we call it. And at the end of those 3 months, we have a session like this, which is recorded and goes on our website. And I review some number of the entries. We have done some of these contests where I review all of the entries. The one, 2 or 3 contests ago, that was 275 entries. We got through 275 entries in about an hour and 10 minutes, which shows you how quick casting people are. But today we're going to do 25 entries. I had someone in my office, someone on the Edge Studio team, go through all of the entries, and they selected 25. Those 25 are comprised of who they felt are some of the best, 5 or 10 of the best entries out there, 5 or 10 entries which are really unique, really different, really interesting, and maybe not necessarily winners, but something interesting to talk about, something that we can all listen to and share and learn something by listening to. And then there were 5 or 10 that were just completely random. What we do tonight is we will listen to 25 entries. I will not share the voice actors' names, but we will call them numbers 1 through 25. We will listen to a couple of seconds of each one from the perspective of a casting person. We will write down a couple of very quick notes about them, super fast notes. And ultimately, we're going to pick tonight who comes in first, who comes in second, and who comes in third place. And our prizes for those 3 people. I think it's $200 credit toward in Edge Studio. Second place gets $100. Third place gets $50. I may be off with those numbers, but it's something like that. We will move quickly. I will treat this like any typical casting call, which we do a lot of. We have 5 studios in our place in New York City, and we are casting every day for documentaries and video games and videos, animation, commercials, corporate videos, and all sorts of things. And so we do this like we typically do. We kind of bolt really fast through these things because to a client, everything is fast, right? Every client wants everything done right away. So for us to get things done quickly, we listen to the auditions pretty quickly. And in doing so, I really think that you'll learn a lot. The first couple that we go through, it may kind of be like overwhelming if you have not done this before. But by the time we get to number 5 or the 10th person, you'll have this down pat. The contest was for this script here. So I want you to all take a very quick look at that script right here. And the direction everyone had was this. We were casting a voice actor for a Walt Disney World Resort commercial to be broadcast nationally, 20 seconds in length. The voice should be warm, energetic, and playful. I am hearing these for the first time. I am in the same boat as you guys. Here I have 1 through 25 on the screen with an initial, first name initial. And I'm going to play these people and take down notes real fast. I would love to hear your thoughts on each one. So as I play a couple of seconds of each one and then hit stop, I'd love to get your thoughts. I want to get you talking about these things because the more you talk about them, the more in tune your ears will become and the better you can self-direct your own auditions. If it feels hard or awkward to listen to a fellow voice actor and say, oh, they're too fast or I think they're too slow, it will help you. Ultimately, it will help you. And so I would strongly encourage you to get into the habit of doing exactly that. Okay, I'm going to play just a few seconds. You should still be looking at the script, and the direction. Let's see what we all think.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Okay, quick thoughts, real quick. Nothing, no long paragraphs, just quick thoughts. What do you think?
Warm.
Friendly.
Animated.
Works
Yeah,
for
is
me.
she right for the part? If you were casting this, if you worked at Walt Disney World and you worked in the marketing department, would you say, oh, she should be shortlisted, or no, she's definitely not right, or she's
No.
really she can
No.
be good?
Yes.
No.
She's not. No.
Yes.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes.
I don't know.
No.
Okay,
Maybe a little more
most-
energy.
I don't know.
Good energy.
She's.
I'm on the
Less playfulness.
fence.
A younger sound.
I would want something brighter.
Less
She's wicked.
playfulness.
Hang on.
She's-
We're in this contest. We are not going by age or reading age. We call it, okay, because we wanted to open the contest to everyone, and therefore We never specified whether we want a kid, an adult, a male, a female, and nothing like that. So I heard someone say they want a younger voice. That doesn't hold true for this contest. Maybe Mark, Walt Disney would want a younger voice. Maybe they'd want an older voice. We're not worried about that. Was she
doesn't
warm?
sound
Real fast. Yes
she
or no,
doesn't
everyone.
sound
Was she
Not
warm?
particularly.
Yes.
Not
Yes.
particularly. He was warm.
Yes.
Okay.
Probably
Was she
British.
energetic?
Yes.
Yes.
She's very-
Not really.
Meh.
Yes.
Was she playful?
Yes.
No.
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 Somewhat.
Felt like she was creating a mood or trying to create a mood.
No.
of
What
love.
you guys are going through right now is exactly what casting teams go through when they listen to voices. That's exactly it. Now we're going to do it 25 times. I want to remind everyone that if you listen to a commercial on TV and you say it's at X energy level to make up a random number from 0 to 100, 100 being super energetic. If you listen to a commercial and you say, well, that's pretty energetic, I'm going to give that an 85, really high energy. If you can tune out the music and the sound effects and listen just to the voice, most of the time you'll realize that the voice is not as energetic as you thought it was. In other words, the music adds a lot of energy. I think that if we took this person's voice, we'll call her R. If we took R's voice, I have to try so hard to not say the person's name because I have a list of them right here. I don't want to say it out loud. If we take R's voice and we add energetic music to the background, if we add the lights, the fun, the Mickey Mouse walking around, the Disney World, the imagery, I think it would sound a lot more energetic.
Yeah.
It really would. I thought that she might be really right in the pocket. I didn't like how choppy she was. Did anyone notice how choppy she was?
Yes.
Yes.
Good for you. If you didn't notice, then we're going to have 24 more chances to hear that because one of the biggest complaints that we have about voice actors, that's a wrong word to use. I shouldn't say complaints, but concerns with their read. The reasons why we don't hire voice actors is that they're choppy. It is one of the biggest reasons why voice actors are not hired. Yeah, she's choppy. Lots of chops. So in this spot, I'm going to write that I'm writing relatively good read, but choppy. I also thought her audio quality was good. We're going to call it AQ for audio quality. It was actually very good. Because when we hire a voice actor, when any client hires a voice actor, it's not only your performance that they hire, but also the quality of the sound, right? If you have a great voice, but your recording sounds all garbled or, muffled or something, they're not going to hire you. Her quality seemed really nicely. We probably spent 4 or 5 minutes on her. We'll spend hopefully 1 minute to 2 minutes at most on anyone else. Okay. I think they needed
I'm
themselves.
asking the fact that she's British. Does that matter?
No, not for this. Not at all for
Okay.
this. We
Okay,
open our
'cause
contest. Yeah, this contest is open to everyone. Okay, here is the next person.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and night.
Okay, what do you think?
Oh, she's cute.
Too much.
I didn't hear it.
Choppy.
Good.
Excellent.
I thought it was very good.
energetic.
Perfect.
I think it fits.
Somebody found the cheat code.
I happen to know who this person is, and she is young. She's quite young. I thought she was spirited. She was energetic. Was she warm, though?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, adorable.
Adorable.
fact-
Is that different than warm?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
I
was
didn't think
really
she was
happy.
warm and she was too choppy.
She was incredibly choppy. Yeah. Knowing her dad, he's listening right now. Yeah. Very, very strong glottal stops. And that just took it away. They just hurt. Like it hurt my ears. If I had headphones on, I think they would have been even more abrasive and it wouldn't have matched the music. So I'm going to say,
Tell
Might
me
you
what
play
choppy
it
means?
again so we can hear that choppiness? Because I missed it.
I want to know what choppy means.
Me too.
so she said, I'm going to exaggerate what I heard as I'm highlighting something on the screen right now. She said, where every single moment, as opposed to where every single moment. Listen to the difference again. She said, where every single moment, as opposed to where every single moment. And let me
Got
play
it.
some of that. Let me play some of that back right now, just so you can all train your ears.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment
Where every single moment, here comes another E word coming up.
is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride.
Founded every thrilling. So she's pushing those E's, those vowels are getting very pushed. Instead of saying where every, it should be where every. And that would give it that warmth that the client is looking for in this
Got
case.
it.
Okay, we're going to go on to the third person here. Let me pull them up. Okay, this is person D.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic, found in every thrilling ride?
What was at the end of magic? Did anyone notice?
Question mark.
A pause.
No, there was no C on magic. You
Mm-mm.
need to be listening more carefully. Listen back
Oh.
to the word magic.
Hug from an old friend and nightly fire.
Oh.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic, found in every...
Yeah.
It's a little cut off. Now, you could say, well, I can kind of hear the C. But here's a question. Once music and sound effects are added on, will you hear that C?
No.
Not a chance. It will sound like magia. To the audience, it will sound like magia. And now you could say, now let's translate that to a written advertisement. So suppose you were a graphic artist and you were designing a billboard for Walt Disney World, and you spelled out the word magic, but you left off the C. Would they ever accept that billboard? No, they'd say,
No.
"Hey, dude, you missed the C. You need the C for magic. You can't write magia," and that's what we would hear with this person. Otherwise, I thought he was energetic. I liked his voice. I liked the spirit in his voice. I don't think it was necessarily warm, but it had some good energy to it. Any other quick comments on his voice?
Thought it was charming.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Felt connected.
Yeah.
Not positive. Not positive.
Okay, here comes person number 4.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
To me, it's fast.
Yeah, too fast.
It's
No
a
energy.
little. It's not quite loose enough sounding. Some of the words are missing the ending consonants. Another pause before the word that the word every. That's called the glottal stop when people do that. So I'm going to put that person out. So I'm just going to delete number 4 here, and you're going to start to see how we listen to people to 2 seconds and move on to the next person. And you'll eventually understand why the first few seconds are really important in your reads. Okay, I have the right one.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic, found in every thrilling ride? Hug from an old friend.
Quick thoughts?
Choppy.
Not authentic.
Not sincere.
Yeah, not sincere, not authentic.
No.
Yeah, it's a little
No.
stilted, a little thought.
Sing-songy.
Yeah, I feel like she's thinking too much. I think if she just enjoyed the experience more, she'd sound better.
Yeah.
Move on to the next person here. Okay, this is it right here.
Where's the one place on earth where every single...
A little stilted sounding, a
Little
little thought
slow.
out.
Yeah.
So can you hear
Not
that
going to fit
there's
the time mark.
Yeah, it may not fit the time mark too. Yeah, you're right. It's supposed to be 20 seconds, and that probably won't fit unless he speeds up later, in which case then part is too slow,
sound good,
part is
yeah.
too fast, and it's inconsistent. The first word gives it away that he's overthinking, right? Where's it's not loose. The first 3 people were much looser, and so far I like the first 3 people much more. So what I'm going to do for that next person is just delete that name. Going on to the next person here.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Nope. Magic.
Oh, wow, no.
Rushed.
Good
Drop
for you.
that.
Some of you heard the mispronunciation. A bunch of words were slurred. It was fast. There's no way this
Okay.
would match the visuals. I mean, think about the visuals on these commercials. I would imagine that the visual opens up with like the magic wand kind of moving in an outward position and like little like stars floating and something enthusiastic. And that's what she does. What she did is not warm. She's just rushing through the words. So we can get rid of her. That's not a nice way to say it, get rid of her. I don't mean that as a person, just as a read. Please, I want to be careful the way I speak here.
No, it wasn't good.
Okay, going on to the next person here.
I think number 3 we should have went into that bin too.
Possibly, we'll get there, but we do need to eventually keep some. Well, this is the process, at least for me, and for a lot of other casters. We're going to get a bunch that we shortlist, and then we may need to go back and listen to some of those again. Some of them we can wipe right off, of course. I think the third person was I don't know, he had some good things going for him. Let's see, next person here.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
He is the first person
Yeah.
to not have a
Wow.
glottal stop.
I liked
Broadcast.
him a lot.
It is
Oh,
broadcasting,
nice.
but here's a question. For our purposes, We're not worried about the quality of someone's voice. Remember, in a typical audition, we'd say we want a voice that is naturally announcer style or warm or breathy, but we're not worried about the sound of someone's voice, whether they're the gender, the religion.
No.
That's weird. I said that. The gender, the accent, the dialect. We're not worried about that stuff. Is he? I would say here's the question about this guy. Is he adding some affectation to his voice to sound radio-ish, or is that his natural voice?
No. I
If
think
he
that's
is-
his natural
I think
voice.
Yeah, I think it's his natural voice, right? Yeah. So what do you think about the read? Let me play it again. Let me play the first few
I think it would
seconds
fit
again.
well with the music. Fit well with the music effects behind.
Where every single moment is filled with magic.
Yeah, I was at Disney like 3 weeks
Nice.
ago. I would have heard that guy. I feel like I would have heard that guy.
Okay, so any other thoughts about him?
I think it
He
would
likes
fit well.
warm.
Missing a little bit of warmth, I think.
Yeah.
I like him.
I would say he's
It
missing
might be a
some
little
words.
thing, but he went down on the word magic, and that seems like an important word for Magic Kingdom or Disney.
Yeah, well, let's look at something for a second here. All should have noticed something I preach. Okay, I'm not even religious, and I use that word. I preach. When a word is repeated in a script, it is usually important, and a lot of well-written scripts have a repeated word. And look at the script, the word magic.
Magic.
Magic is here toward the beginning. Magic is here toward the end.
And in the middle.
See,
In the middle.
in the middle. So 3 times in 20 seconds. So you have to ask yourself, is that a coincidence or is that purposeful? What do you think?
I think it's purposeful.
Purposeful.
Whoever said they
It's on purpose.
purposeful, it's definitely purposeful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, the words are chosen carefully by big teams, and then the client signs off, and the legal team signs off, and the ad department signs off, and the marketing people sign off, and the agents, everyone approves the words. Something that's repeated 3 times in 20 seconds, that is definitely purposeful. And if it is definitely purposeful, not only 3 times, but one toward the beginning, one toward the end. You're it's bookended with that key word, and one again in the middle somewhere. Yeah, that word needs to be valued. So let's put down. So what should I say for this guy?
Good.
One word? I know I can tell you the audio quality is good.
not
Good.
Good.
Definitely warm.
I think it was good.
Did someone say warm or did someone say definitely not warm?
I said definitely warm.
I say warm. I would agree with warm.
I'll give you warm. Okay, let's move on to number 10 here. You guys are rock. Great comments. I think if I ever get sick at one of these, I'll just call you guys to take over. You don't need me.
Was that number 8 or number 9?
That was number 9. We are now on number 10.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Thoughts about that?
Tone it down.
I didn't hear it.
Filled with magic.
Yeah, magic.
Went down again.
Dismissed magic.
There's
Well,
a
it's
lot of
warm,
stuff.
but none of the words particularly stood out except for one place.
I think it works. With the energy.
glottal stuff.
Yeah.
The cadence and the tone seemed pretty level.
Yeah, it's missing a little warmth.
Filled with magic. Like
Did you guys notice the word moment? What the word moment sounds like?
No.
Rushed.
I want everyone to listen to the word moment. Tell me what you hear.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Moment.
Like moment.
Moment.
Didn't
Yeah.
pronounce it.
Moment.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
Right,
listen
so I
for
have
your T's.
moment, but not moment.
Quick lesson about T's. They do help clarify recordings. And in everyday conversation, if you're just chit-chatting with someone and you say moment with no T, they'll understand what you mean. Their brain will fill in the missing T because that's in everyday conversation. Whoever you're dialoguing with has some context. There's some perspective. They can almost guess. Sometimes you talk with someone, you can almost guess what word they'll say next. And you're not fighting background music and sound effects in everyday conversation. Here, there's going to be visuals that distract our brain and music and sound effects, so that would be too sloppy. So I'm going to get rid of this person. Okay, we're going to skip to number 17 right now. We'll see. Maybe we'll add in more later. Okay, number 17 starts with A. Okay, here comes number 17.
Where is the one place on Earth where every
No.
I love it.
Distorted.
Really loud, right?
Too loud.
Yeah, my
audio's
notes.
terrible.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
words
that's.
run together.
And I want to show you. So
Sound
I
quality.
told you at the beginning of this class that 5 or 10 that I have on this list, I have some issues to talk about, and we get a lot of recordings that are just loud. They're just someone yelling into a microphone. Okay, let's go on to the next person here, which there's another major faux pas on this next person also. I don't know what it is yet, but I know that it's in this pile.
Hi, I'm Lily, the Christmas elf. Everyone knows there are lots of wonderful secrets.
So someone uploaded a demo.
Yeah.
If you're casting, do you think that makes you say, "Oh, I like this person," or do you think, "Oh man, this is annoying"?
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Incredibly annoying.
So if you try to,
Incredibly
so let this be a lesson to everyone. If you sneak your demo into an audition saying, "Oh, maybe this is an opportunity for me to get like these agents to all hear my demo," you usually can work against you. So I would not do that. Here comes number 19.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with
Over the top.
Well, that's individual.
Too
The
dramatic.
first two words are going to get lost in the
Very
background.
breathy.
And they're
Nobody talks like
whispering
that.
instead of speaking.
Yep. And so when we cast, typically at least 50% of auditions, and probably even closer to about 70%, we just can wipe off. Just 1 second and they're gone. What's always interested me over the years is that I see people, voice actors, who post on voices.com or voice123.com or backstage.com, Voice Realm, Bodalago, all of the different sites, and I see people complain. I see people say they never cast. These sites take me for my money, and most of the time when we have the chance to hear those voices, the auditions, we say, like, of course you're not winning anything because this is what we get. That's a lot of the industry. If you are trained in this industry, you leapfrog such a big percentage of people. It's amazing. Okay, I think there's 1 or 2 more that are kind of weird ones, and then we get back onto some regular ones. So that was number
19.
that was 19. So now we're going on to number 20 here.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride.
Zero energy.
Flat.
Yeah, very
Read
More
it.
computer-like.
Sounds deadpan.
Just Reedy.
Yeah, moment was missing the T. Little glottal stop.
Thrilling was not thrilling.
Oh, whoever just said thrilling was not thrilling. Are you from New Jersey?
Thanks.
Watch the click after the words that end with INGs.
Thrilling. Funny.
Yeah. We're going on to number 21 here.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Too slow.
Overwrought.
Unreal.
A little too
forced.
precious.
Sounds nervous.
The big pause was really noticeable.
It was. You know, sometimes dramatic pauses are great. But when a dramatic pause is after the first word of the script, unless it really makes sense, it's usually too theatrical. And
She was
that's what you did right
smiling.
after that first pause.
Where's the one?
Where's the...
Yeah.
And so that really wouldn't be a logical place for a comma or any punctuation mark. And you could even say if you were to put a punctuation mark after the word where's, after the first word, it might look disconnected. Well, if you read it like a punctuation mark there, it sounds disconnected. And so that's not a good way to begin. And we all know, we've learned already that first impression is really critical here, like it is in all of life, right? First impression is so key. So you really want to nail that beginning. So yeah, we can get rid of number 21 here. Okay, with just a few more here. And we may end up going back and listening to those first couple of ones and choosing some first, second, third place winners. Here comes number 22.
Where is the one place on earth where every
Chop.
single moment?
Where is choppy?
Sounds computer generated.
Yeah, well, yeah, great. You know, they
Sounded
call it
like
computer
AI.
generated, yes, because it's choppy, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't have a natural flow.
And that's
Natural
not
flow
even
is key.
That's not even dramatic. Almost like an audiobook. Yeah. Well,
Whoever said it's like an audiobook, that doesn't make sense to me. Most audiobooks are done pretty well, unless it's author narrated. Sometimes they're not, but a lot of audiobooks are really done nicely.
Absolutely.
an AI audiobook.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know what? We at Edge, we record a lot of audiobooks, a whole lot of them, and almost every one of our clients has tried AI, and they've all come back and said it didn't work. Whether they didn't like it or their
Good.
clients didn't like it, but like
Amen.
the public didn't like it,
Yes.
every single one that I know of, I think every single one, without exception, has come back to human beings, which is great.
Which is good for us.
But David,
It's very
Yeah.
good for us.
that
Yes,
last
it is.
Hear that.
that last reader also changed the script, and isn't that kind of a big no-no?
That's a very big no-no.
Yes.
Yeah, you cannot change
Very
the
big
script.
no-no.
Okay, we're going on to number 20, number 23, I think. 23, yeah. Here's 23.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is
Plosives at the big
Wow,
at the
plosive.
beginning.
That plosive will put you right out of the running.
What's a plosive?
She popped her P. Do you know the term popping a P?
Popping
Papa
peas.
the, Papa the, yeah.
It sounded like she
Microphones,
actually
yeah.
hit the mic.
Whether she hit them, yeah, well, the volume really drops there. Whether she hit the mic and it compressed down or she popped. When you have inconsistent volume, that's a turnoff to the engineering team, because then they just have to work harder to fix it. And if you have someone submit a recording like that, it shows that they have a lack of attention to detail. Someone you as the voice actor are responsible for the audio you send. And if you don't even hear that as being wrong, or if you hear it as being wrong and you submit it anyway, that's not a good sign, right? Let me play that again.
Where's the one place on earth where every single
Right, that's right on the word place. That's a P. She's probably popping her P. Microphones can only absorb so much air pressure. They have a limit of how much sound pressure they can take, and if you push the volume too hard, it overloads the microphone. It distorts the microphone, and you're hearing the part of the diaphragm of the microphone is like hitting the back plate, as best as I understand it. I don't build microphones, but as my understanding is, the diaphragm just moves too hard and just hits another part of the innards of the microphone, and that's that popping, and that's not a good thing. That's why we all like pop screens are popular. No pun intended. Oh, popular starts with pop, right?
filters.
So that's a technical issue?
Definitely.
Right. She needs a pop filter.
Close to the mic, or is the mic at fault?
It's
Whoever
a
has-
technique issue.
Yeah,
You
so
need more than a pop filter. You need to learn how to not pop your peas, and there's ways to do that.
There are other ways to do it too, like pushing the microphone off to the side and slightly up so that the air coming out of your mouth is not going directly into the microphone.
Yeah, but okay, let's go back for a second and talk about these things. And basically everything you're saying is basically right. But there are times and places for everything. Let me go back in order. So whoever just said you could kind of talk across the microphone, that's true sometimes. But it depends on the kind of microphone you have. If you are on a very directional microphone, let's say a shotgun microphone, or if you're in a very loud environment, you may need that to be head on into the microphone, and then you can't really turn off unless you try to turn your head every P word. I think ultimately the best thing to do is to learn how to not push so hard. And you can do exercises. You can put your hand in front of your mouth and say the word popcorn, and you'll feel bursts of air on the P's. And you can practice those words until you're able to say them without pushing the P so hard. Or you can get a pop filter, of course, or a combination of things. There are some voice actors who will kind of back up from the microphone or turn to the side, yes, just on the P words a little bit, or stand a little further away so you're not so directly into the microphone. Like I'm talking across the mic right now. I'm not head on. If I go head on into my microphone, I'd be like this. So I don't even use a pop filter here. I just talk across the mic a little bit. But that works for this microphone. It doesn't work for every microphone.
Do you think she had a pop filter? If she had a pop filter, you would not
If she
say
had a
that?
pop filter and it still popped that hard, then she gets the Guinness Book of World Records for the loudest
Yeah.
P's ever.
You can still pop with a pop
That would be an
filter.
embarrassing award on your certificate on the wall that says I have the loudest P. You know.
Right.
Sounds like
okay,
she
let's
hit
go.
the mic than anything else.
Yeah, it sounds like she hit the mic, but because it's exactly on the letter P in the word place, I'm thinking she just popped. That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
But how do you send
Um,
that in? How do you send that into somebody when?
Oh, that's
you
what
can
I said
obviously-
earlier. Either she's not hearing what she's done wrong, or she's hearing it and still submitting it. Either way, it's shoddy work, right? So why would you hire that? Okay, let's go on to number 24 here. Here's 24.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Okay.
That's so
So
low.
Too fast.
Super low.
Volume issue.
Yeah, too quiet.
Very
it's
flat.
very fast, very low. So that one is out also.
Lacked energy too.
Very
Yeah,
flat.
so we're going back. We're on now number 25. Here's 25.
Walt Disney World, where magic awaits. Take one. Where's the one?
If you're casting and you have 200 auditions, when you hear that, what do you do?
Zip it out the
Bladed.
door.
Don't even
The reality is you won't the casting team probably won't even hear your read because they just get fed up by the slate. Now
Wasn't even a
we
good
did
slate.
not we did not say not to slate,
Oh.
and so I don't think we said that. Let me go back and look. Let's scroll up here.
No mention of it.
I don't think
Okay.
so.
So when a recording says slate, then you really have to slate. And when not a recording, sorry, when a direction says slate, you should slate. And if the direction says do not slate, then do not slate. If it doesn't say, as this doesn't say, it's okay to slate. But my concern is that slate sounded so drab.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And it's
No.
just it's distracting because there's no space between the slate and when he started talking.
Well,
But I
you
was
don't
already
want-
bored
have-
of the slate.
He ran it
The slate's
together.
boring.
You don't want too much. If you have too much space, then it like wastes time of the team. You know, for someone to say, "Hi, this is David Goldberg. Here is take one." I mean, that would be too much, and you want to make it pretty quick. Anyway, so we're down to what? What are we down to? I think 4.
David, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, this is Debbie. Coming in on a new phone, so I don't have all my settings set up and all the rest of that. But I wanted to add one comment to the popping peas.
Yes.
If you smile while you're saying that P word, it diffuses the air and allows that P to be less intense. So the exercise that you were suggesting where people put their hand up to their mouth and they feel, the burst of air on that P, if you say those same words or a series of P words and you smile through them, you will feel less air on your hand and have a less plosive P on the mic.
And that is great when you have a read that requires smile. But if you have a read that smile is not appropriate for, then you need to learn how to do it without the smile. But it's a great technique. If you can rely on that, that's great. But it doesn't always work. But excellent idea. And this is like an amazing forum for anyone to share ideas. So we have 4 people to choose: first, second, third place. So one of these 4 is not going to win. Okay, so let's go back and listen. I'm going back to person number 1. The name is R. What we said last time was relatively good read, but choppy. The audio quality was quite good. Overall, most of the audio quality was good today. The vast majority of them were good. So let's go back to person number 1 here. Okay, this time I'm going to play all of person number 1. All 20 seconds.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display. Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you. Book your adventure now and experience the magic with someone you love.
Okay, quick comments.
I loved it. Is she Australian?
I'm hearing some kind of interference with
Am I
that.
hearing some background noise?
Yeah, there's
Did
noise,
someone-
but I think some of the noise was coming through some people on this call and not her.
Okay, because that's hard to tell the difference.
Okay.
It is, yeah. Yeah, so, it's very different when we cast without, 100 people on the call, because then there's no background noise. We just hear, and usually I cast on headphones. So it's much easier. So quick thoughts.
Just okay.
It wasn't.
I didn't get the feel.
I did feel I felt drama, but not warmth.
Yeah.
I
didn't care for the way she said magic.
No, she has a funny attitude, as if it's kind of, I don't know, like sort of like she's smirking or something.
Yeah, I didn't feel like she cared.
Have a so-so attitude.
I
It
didn't
might be
care for her.
because
More and more.
it might be because I'm listening through subs, but I actually heard a fair amount of plosives.
Yeah, there was a couple.
I put on my headphones. So
It
I
doesn't,
want. Here's
Doesn't
here's
make
the
me want to go to the resort. Does not make me want to go there. Eh.
here's the thing that I have. You had a lot of great comments. Here's one thing that I haven't heard anyone say. I thought her smile, the warmth, comes in more after the first second and a half or 2 seconds, after like 5 or 6 words. I think the first few words have less smile, then it kind of boosts up. Listen.
Where's the one place
So that's one part. Now listen to the more warmth comes in here.
on earth where every single moment is filled with magic?
Yep.
So the first few words are a little bit different. And sometimes it's fine, but I don't think it makes sense in this one. I think she should have used a lead-in to establish the intended delivery. Whatever delivery she wanted, it would have been nice to have gotten that from the beginning, and therefore you use a lead-in or as your warm-up words. But overall, it's a fine read. I don't know if it's going to be first place here or second place. Let's go on to person number 2 here. Person number 2 was the younger person here. Go back and listen to her. We'll listen through the entire thing this time.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display? Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you. Book your adventure now and experience the magic with someone you love.
I liked it.
I really like it.
The energy
Yeah.
is infectious.
I love
And it's consistent. She kept it
And it's
throughout.
playful.
There's a little rough start, but I really liked it by
It's
the
Mickey
end.
Mousey.
I got the playful part,
It's so generic, but I guess so is Disney.
Right.
which is
No, I
in
think
part of
that-
the
Yeah,
direction.
exactly.
I think if it's Disney,
Playfulness is there.
well. After all, huh?
Yeah.
So the 2 things that bother me most, one is she's distorted a bit. It's that her voice, it sounds a little distorted to my ears. And secondly, the glottal stops are really hard. I can't, I have a hard time imagining those glottal stops blending with the music. What I'm envisioning, in my head, I'm conjuring up like what the music may sound like. And I think that her voice would clash, that those very harsh, abrupt vowels would just, I think, take away from the music. We could fix those. It's just extra work for them. But
But I-
the
What do you mean
energy
by
is there
harsh?
for sure. I love the energy.
How do you make a harsh, abrupt vowel? Because vowels in themselves are soft.
Well, vowels should be soft, but most voice actors have too much tension in their voice, and so they get glottal stops. So what we have to do is typically do a quick fade up, almost like a crossfade into them. So it's just a little extra work. We just have a hotkey for it. Like it's just a one-click thing, and we kind of soften the entry. What you can do as a voice actor is if you have a word that begins with a vowel and you want energy on it, like the word every, you can pretend to put an H at the beginning. So you sort of, to exaggerate, you say hevery. Now, if I say hevery, you really hear the H, but you can back that off a little bit, and it makes it easier to sort of have a vowel that's not so harsh. Let's listen to the third person we had mentioned here, because we're going to pick a first, second, and third winner in just about a minute or two. I'm getting the third person right now. Here's number 3.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic, found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display? Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you. Book your adventure now and experience the magic with someone you love.
Yeah, he
Your
like it.
thoughts?
I like
I love
him.
it. And friendly.
Yeah.
Puts me
I
there.
like him.
There's warmth there.
I
Yeah,
think that's
There's
number 1.
I can't
Yeah,
find
but
anything wrong.
Yeah.
well,
was
a
really
lot of
natural.
words, a
Well,
whole lot of
there's-
words are missing ending letters. Probably 6 or 7 words are missing the last consonant.
Okay.
what if some dialects are dropping, the end of words, and that's just how the dialect is?
That is a terrific point. Kudos to whoever said that. Yeah, that's a great point. That is definitely the case with certain dialects. More so than just an accent, but a dialect. Yeah, great point. And it does sound kind of natural for him. But I would say that Disney World, being an international company, would probably want a more clear, more articulate sound.
Yeah.
If we record something that's going to play in one little local town somewhere, we can use the dialect or the accent of that town. No one there will know. But if something's being played nationally or internationally, then you need to clean it. Typically, you clean it up quite a bit. And
I think
so,
Quick question, please.
yes.
Could you please address the abbreviation, that question mark? Because I feel like 1 and 3, they completely ignore that's a question mark. Whereas the younger voice, she really addressed that abbreviation. Could you let us know?
Question marks don't always have to come up in pitch. They don't always have to sound like a question, like that. They can sound more like a rhetorical question. That sometimes it makes sense.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. There is no one right way to do anything. And anytime, any coach anywhere in the world or any book says, when you see a question mark, you make sure you go up in pitch. I would disregard everything from that person because there are times, places for everything. I might say very often, anyone who trains with me, they always hear me say, almost always this applies, or most of the time this applies. 99.9% of the time this applies, but there's always an exception. The English language is full of exceptions. So it does concern me that he's skipping the ending of a lot of words. Also, the very last word of the script completely lost energy. Did anyone notice that?
No.
Listen to the last word.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic, found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display? Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you. Book your adventure now and experience the magic with someone you love. Where's the one?
So instead of someone you love, I would have liked someone you love to keep that energy consistent, because the music is still probably consistent at the end. But this is a small thing. Okay, let's go on.
Can I say he did put nice emphasis on the word magic all 3 times?
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of great things about his voice. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, which is why he's already in the running. Let's listen to this fourth person and then choose first, second, third. Fourth person is, I'm calling it the fourth person. It was person number 9 in our list of 25.
Where's the one place on earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display. Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you. Book your adventure now and experience the magic with someone you love.
He's just so slow, and I just lost interest.
Yeah. Why a little flat?
I don't get much emotion. I don't get much emotion.
I feel like the music will add the energy though back with their voice.
Yeah, I thought it was a good voice. I mean, it sounded, I mean, you could hear everything he was saying. He pronounced all the words correctly, and he had a pleasant voice. He seemed to mean what he was saying, I thought.
It's a great voice. There was no playfulness.
Sounds like he's selling
There was no
mattresses.
playfulness.
No.
I thought the beginning started with more energy and then it kind of dissipated towards the end.
Yep.
I thought his voice quality, though, would do good against the background music or effects.
Yeah.
So may I say that what all of you are doing is exactly what happens when we cast. I said that earlier today. I'm saying it again. This is exactly what goes on. And you should all take what we're doing, how we're approaching this, how we're listening back to auditions, and apply this to your own auditions. What you're doing is you're listening back to this, not from the perspective of, oh, this is what I did because I like it. Rather, you're listening back to it thinking, will this work with the music? Will this work with the visuals? Is this what the client wanted? And that's what you want to do. And that's what you have to do with your own auditions. I feel like even if we ended now without picking first, second, third place, which we will do in a moment, even if we ended now, you've gotten what I wanted you to get out of this thing. And that is to understand the casting from the casting perspective, not from your own perspective. So awesome, guys. Awesome job, guys. Seriously. Okay. So who, first, second, third, what do you think?
Third.
I have my thoughts.
I like
9213.
The third one.
Someone just listed out the 3 numbers. What did you? I think number 9 was first.
9213.
9213. What are some other numbers? Sequences of numbers. First, second, third place winner.
3, 9,
2, 1.
1, 2.
3, 2.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
9.
9213.
I'm a
Well,
2-1-3 also.
there is definitely some discrepancy.
3-1-2.
Well, my goodness. We have possibly every combination. That's not the case, but I really thought that I really thought that the first person, number 1, may be in first place. And that's the only number that no one else picked for number 1. I don't think anyone else chose number 1. The interesting thing is there's no right or wrong, of course, right? You know, it's it's all very subjective. Someone had a comment. I want to point out something about 2 minutes ago. Someone said that the person number 9's voice would cut nicely with the music, and that is true. That clarity, that sharpness in his voice lets it cut very nicely with the music. It means that we can make the music louder. However, there are some tricks we can do with music and voice to still help music be loud and not drown out the voice. But having that quality natural is great. But again, this contest is not based on the quality of someone's voice today. This is just based on performance and sound quality. Okay. I want to listen to number 1. I'm a little not nervous. I can't think of the word. I'm self-doubting myself because no one else said number 1 for first place. And I'm going to go back and listen to first place again, or number 1.
A few people in the chat put 1 as their first.
Oh,
I like
look
1.
at the chat. Oh, I see the numbers in the chat. Oh, that's helpful, guys. Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, not too many for number 1. It really, looking at all through the numbers, though, it's really pretty even. Yeah, if anyone hasn't stuck their numbers into the chat, why don't you do that? It's sort of fun to look at. And then we can all play lotto with those numbers.
Yeah.
I'm going back to listen to number 1 again for a moment.
Where's the one place on Earth where every single moment is filled with magic? Found in every thrilling ride, hug from an old friend, and nightly firework display. Walt Disney World Resort, where magic is waiting for you.
I kind of like number 1. As these numbers are coming in, my goodness, no one has the same numbers.
Wow.
That's, yeah, or almost no one. Yeah, I see a couple that are repeated, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, all of our numbers are so all over the place that they're sort of meaningless. It's like there's not a common denominator. Oh my goodness. We'd have to have like I'm not sure how many people are on this call, like 100 people or something, whatever it is. We'd have to have like a 100-way arm wrestle to like pick number 1. Okay. I'm still thinking number 1. I like number 1. Let me share why I like number 1 the best. I think that if I was directing her, I could get a really good read from her. I really do. I think her smile is there. I think if she used a lead-in, she would have started in character. I think I could get her to avoid those glottal stops. I think person number 2, that energy is super exciting, but the glottals are really hard. And that might take a little bit more effort if I'm directing. Number 3, I would need that clarity, getting the ending consonant. And if I directed someone who doesn't typically speak the ending consonants, if I direct them to pronounce the ending consonants, very often they focus so much on that then the rest of the read kind of goes away. Like the beautiful qualities of that guy's voice just kind of disappear because he's so focused on getting that ending consonant. Number 4, just a little too, to my ears, a little too much the same. It lost some life. It lost some sparkle as it went on. So I would think that if I hired that person, if I asked for 3 takes or 10 takes, at some point I may start losing that energy. So I would go with number 1 for first place. I might actually go number 1, 2, and 3 for second, third place. And I saw someone else have number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I said 1, 2, 3.
You and I, we're like, I'm not sure what to say. Like we're like this. It's like good. But there's really everyone. There's no wrong and there's no right. There really isn't wrong and really isn't right. And I'm not listening on I'm not listening on headphones. So I will listen on headphones because if I listen back on number 2 on headphones, which I will do, And if I hear that number 1 or number 2 or number 3 have terrible audio quality, that may affect my decision because that is integral. And I heard someone say that one of these top 4 had some popping, some P's. So I'd have to see how severe those are. Okay, so let me stop sharing my screen. And I can see everyone. Okay. What were your takeaways from tonight? What are you walking away learning? What is new to your ears? What can change in the way you audition from this point forward? Or what will be different about the way you audition?
The first seconds are crucial.
I
Yeah,
agree.
they are.
I think
Watch
I'll
out for
listen to
glottal
more for,
stops.
and I'll be listening for the chop, like for more choppiness.
Yeah. Choppiness. Oh, get rid of choppiness for sure.
I would say we're hung up on a conversational read, and sometimes more announcer is okay.
Sometimes,
I learned
yes.
to look for repeat
That's how
words.
I kind of perceive the winners, that, I always try to hold back because I said, oh, I know I have to sound like I'm talking to somebody. And these winners, except for the British one, clearly were, more a little bit over the top. So I learned that there are times for certain scripts to go there and not hold back.
There sure are. Yes.
Yeah.
Great point.
I think that comes along with looking at script and figuring out, well, what kind of a spot is it? So, if it's going to be an energetic background, then you might give it more energy than you normally would. And I think that is something to really consider.
I learned about repeat words. I learned to look for repeat words and pay attention to them.
Oh, yeah. Repeat words. I said this earlier, and I will repeat about the repeat words, that they are in a lot of well-written scripts, but sometimes they're hidden in well-written scripts. In other words, if you are advertising a commercial and the name of the company is, I'm just going to make up a word. The name of the company is travel, for example. Somewhere else in that script, there may be a different form of the word travel. It could be the word traveling. Somewhere else, they may use travelers. So sometimes the word is there, but just kind of in a different tense, a different form. But very often the word is in there, or a connection to that word. If you're advertising a company the name of the company is Cool Plumbing, they may say for hot times called Cool Plumbing. That there's going to be something that is smart in a well-written script. And as the voice actor, you have to spot those and bring them to life, because otherwise the script writers and the marketing team say, well, why would I hire someone who takes my hard work and doesn't convey it to the listener? So look for that stuff. Okay.
I would say I learned less choppiness, definite energy, and don't create new words.
Did you say don't create new words?
Yes.
I'm trying to create a new word right now, but it's not coming to me.
You're trying to create a new word.
Yes. Fabulific. Yes. Awesome-icious. Okay, so I leave you with this, guys. I'm really impressed with how you responded. I felt like of all the times I've done classes like this, the general comments from you changed the most. Going from the first time you heard a script with that much feedback to really hearing like some talking about like specific things by the end of the event. And so it shows like what you've learned. And so I got to hear and hear that growth in your ears and your training, and that's awesome. So excellent job, everyone. So
Thank you,
I
David.
think we came
Thank you very
and we
much.
succeeded
Thank you
and
very
we
much.
did.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
My pleasure.
Thank
And
you.
all of you
Thank
should.
you very much, Mr. David. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank
My
you.
pleasure. And make sure everyone you audition for, you submit an entry into the current contest.
Oh,
Right? Make sure
fantastic.
you do that. Yeah.
Are you going to be
Great.
posting everybody's auditions so we could listen to all of them like the last time?
Everyone, yes, everyone gets posted. Should I show you where that is? I can share my screen and show you.
Please.
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me show you this quickly. Okay. When you go to our homepage, which is edgestudio.com, you have 2 clicks. You want to click Voice Acting Training and Demo Recording, the middle link. So I'm clicking that.
Boop, boop.
And then under voiceover resources is the script contest.
Ah,
2 clicks.
Yahoo!
Once you get there, it's pretty easy to navigate. You have a choice. Either scroll down to the current contest. And so if you all scroll down to the current contest, you'll see here's the current contest. It's on Colonial Williamsburg, a 30-second TV spot. Entries are accepted from the 1st of this year through March 31st. Here's the script you read. Here's the direction you follow. And at the top of that page, you can also click to see winners and video reviews from past contests. So if I click that, then you can go to Walt Disney World right here. And right now, there's not much posted there. Well, the entries are there, but soon we'll have a whole article in this video. I'll go to a different contest, clicking on the Nature Conservancy, and you'll see. Here's the video that we did. Someone's talking to the cat. That's very funny. So here's the video. Then we always write up an article with some tips from the contest based upon what people did. And then you can hear the first, second, third place winners, and then all entries. And they go, and they go, and go, and they go, and they go, hundreds and hundreds of entries. I can't even scroll through them all. Woo! Lots of entries. This one has like 3 from that person. That's interesting.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I don't know why. Anyway, so that's how you can get there, guys.
You listen to all of the entries and...
Well, in this case, someone else in our office did, and they gave us 25 for tonight, and we did 20 of them.
Got it. With most auditions, though, are they really listening to like maybe the first 10 before they go? You know,
we have clients who will go through 300 or 400 different auditions, and then do short lists, and then do callbacks. If you've heard that word, callbacks, and then they'll scrutinize or spend months choosing the right voice. And we have some clients who say, first one is fine. Let's just go with it. And whether the first one they listened to was the first one that was entered or the last one that was entered, everyone is different. It is just, it can seem harsh, but it's just like buying a pair of shoes. You go to a shoe store, and there might be times that you go into the first shoe store, and the first pair of shoes you find, you say, they're actually fine, and you buy them. And other times you might go to 10 different stores until you find the right one. Same thing.
Got it.
Okay, everyone, I'm releasing us all. I wish you thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks, David.
Thank everyone for doing so well.
Thanks, David.
Good job, guys.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.